My dear friends, why President Trump is waging tariff war? It's against many countries, but to be specific, that against India. Is he addressing the issues which US is facing as of now? There are certain very serious issues which America is facing today. President is a very intelligent man. People say that he is having an IQ which is average or below average, but I don't think so. He is manipulating his audience in USA to address outstanding issues which USA is confronting, and it's not today. It is a burden which USA has collected from last 20-25 years, and so just please remain with the video till last, so that I am going to decode that what sort of a narrative that President Trump is pursuing, why he has waged this tariff war, what are his compulsions, what are the challenges which USA is confronting. So let's start one by one. The first of all, you just see to it how the USA became #1 economy. Everyone knows that it was the acceptance of dollar as a currency for the entire world after Second World War, and the entire payment system was controlled by dollar, and that's why it was sort of an unipolar world, and the dollar is a currency where the entire international trade, it helps all the countries. But over a period of time, the USA had been indulging to take care of its defense industries. In many countries, it has to wage war to support its defense industries, and then, having a value of its dollar, and so that all the nations were looking for a sort of a guarantee, and they were investing into the US bonds. But today, no doubt about it, that America is the most powerful nation. It is #1 economy in the world, and it is near about 28 trillion US dollars as of now. But dear friends, if you look at the debt, what USA is having, it is near about 37 through 38 trillion US dollars. But it's not only the thing. If you see the liabilities over a period of time, it has accumulated. The liabilities are now near about 62 trillion US dollars the USA is having towards many nations in the world, where they have bought the US bonds thinking that they will gain in a long run, and invested heavily into the dollars. So with that, now if you see the net liabilities of USA and the GDP of USA, if you see to it, it is minus 90%. So that is the biggest challenge. The US economic crisis is there. How to handle it? How to brought it back? The one is that, can President Trump or his administration make, due to this tariff war, it is waged against many nations, so that some investments is pouring into USA, some guarantee is being given, and some advantages are there But my dear friend, you will be afraid that the last year, I think the last financial year, they were able to garner near about 400 billion US dollars. And if I take into calculations that this year they might be, making it for near about 5 to 600 billion US dollars. But that's nothing. If you see that how the US is going to service its debt, that itself is amounting now near about, 1 trillion US dollars every year. Their social spending in next 10 to 15 to 20 years is going to increase. So how Trump can address that, or how he can take away this attention from the people, those who have voted for him. And there is a very, very, the second thing now I'll bring to your attention is that who has voted for Trump? They're definitely whites. The whites are very well educated. That is one category. And that another category is undergrads. Those are there. They have maximum voted for Trump. And if you look at the dream of USA today is having per capita income near about, I think, 86,000 US dollars, and definitely a number one. All other countries, even the developed countries, are, just trailing behind it. You look at it, that what a, per capita GDP US is having. But if I share the details, you will be surprised that the 50% lower US people, their per capita income is nowhere nearby, and they are not living a comfortable life as per US standards. Not today. From last 15 to 20 years, or maybe even more than that. So there is no net improvement in their lifestyle, and that impact you can see. The same way the infrastructure of USA is getting deteriorated every year. So this build-up is also there. Even if US has done a mistake that they have changed the manufacturing from US to China, thinking that this is the cheap labor job, they can produce this and they can take care of the intellectual property. That was a very smart move. Similarly, the services were offered to India. It was again a very smart move, because all the technological giants, all big companies or tech companies, the USA was focusing on that, and beside that, their main concentration area was the defense industry, flourishing defense industry, and their weapons were being sold. That's why USA indulged into near about 12 to 13 wars all over the world. And definitely their sale of defense weapons were increasing. But everything has got a circle, and now the economy of USA has come under 360-degree turn about, and the same way the defense industry. Today, if Trump is trying to manufacture steel in USA, aluminium in USA, then they have to see to it that it will be effective economically. Does it make any sense? If their social spending is going to increase in next 2 decades, the liabilities are already, minus 90% of their GDP. It will also increase, because if you see the trend, like in 2008, when the financial crisis was there, then it was, I think, near about minus 10% only. And then by 2018-19, it was minus 40%. But now it is staggering minus 90% of their GDP. So these liabilities is how to take care of these liabilities. So that's where I think the intelligent move that Trump may adopt, that it will go for a devaluation of dollar. And definitely if he is going for a devaluation of dollar, the liabilities will shrink. What impact it will be having who have invested into the US in dollars, thinking that the US will pay them with interest, but all of a sudden they realize, it has gone down the drain. The situation is very volatile. So it might be that Trump is, whatever the problem US is, it is putting it across to other nations. That's why he called that the Indian economy, which is the fastest growing major economy in the world today, and we are moving more than 7 to 8%, from last 10 to 15 years, then he said the Indian economy is dead, and if India and Russia is sitting on a dead economy, he does not have any concern about it. But my dear friend, as I said, the Trump is very intelligent man. He is addressing the challenges which US is confronting today. How to handle it, and it's definitely is a big challenge. I think the US people, as the tariff is going to increase the prices of the commodities which US was buying from other countries, including India, is going to increase, then he has to see to it that what sort of a concession he can offer in income tax. How much is the revenue receipt? If you look at the revenue receipt, it is, I think, near about 6 trillion US dollars per year. But the expenditure and the liabilities are going to increase. They have to pay back what has been invested into dollars. And if you take this into calculation, it is under a debt trap the US economy is gone into. So I am sure that waging war of tariff will not solve the purpose. The US has to take conscious decisions how the spendings could be lowered. One intelligent move, the President US has already declared, gone to all European countries, NATO countries, and said that we are not going to spend money, we are not going to give the defense or the weaponry, you have to pay for it. So that's where even is not going to support anymore the Ukraine. And if any NATO countries wants to support Ukraine, they have to buy weapons from America and pay for it. So their defense industry is facing a crisis today. And that's where even the F-35 is not finding any buyer globally. It's not only India, but many other countries, though, considering the proposal. But India is still value its strategic relationship with US. We are still going for G404 engine, trying to see to it that our strategic partnership remains on the card, and the sense prevails to Donald Trump that having good relationship, a strategic relationship, which has been built now, a lot of hard work has gone in last 25 years to 30 years, and that's where we stand today. I'm sure that he is going to respect that sort of a relationship and does not get carried away by this tariff war, or if he wants to address his local population, has to look pragmatically that how he can have the good relations with other nations. He has to face this reality that hegemony of dollar has to go. The world has to look for a new currency. De-dollarization has become a reality. If not today, it might take 2 decades, 3 decades, but it's going to happen. So these are the realities. US has to return the liabilities. So there, either you reduce the pay, or you reduce the social spendings, cut down your military budgets, shut down your military bases, which you are having near about 65 to 70 all around the world, and then match how much receipts you are having, revenue receipts, and then how much you are spending, find out the ways. Is better to realize the realities without further delay and respect bilateral relationship, and especially the true friend like India, which can definitely stand with the USA and with President Trump. You, especially if you respect our nation, the interest of our nation, I am sure you will find the reply. Take it. Please visualize all the things, what I have discussed. I think if you lead from the front and if you take care of the challenges, confront all the challenges which USA is facing, I am sure you will find the answer. I wish you all the best. I request you that please look into the points, what I have brought it out. I am sure the USA will be great again. We wish the USA and its people a bright future. The prosperity remains with you, but we also have God's sovereign right that we follow our people. We protect their interest. We follow an independent policy with every nation and protect our interest. All the best, President Trump. Goodbye. Thank you.